Oop, we go now. Checking the last configurations because I'm not sure if this is working right now, but I think, yeah. Yeah. So hello. I'm going to have to introduce myself again, I think. Hi, Benjamin. This is the first time I think I'm going live on this channel. Been making some content for 2 years now, I think. Like this is my second year doing the content, and yeah, I think this is going to be really interesting to have a live stream in which we do interactive learning with the viewers, and hopefully we will be able to get you really useful stuff to do in FIFA 22 right now. So let's just I'm going to briefly explain what we're going to do, and you're going to watch, I think, 3 videos in a dribbling mastery course from our app, the Guide Plus. I'm going to shortly introduce you the app. I'm going to show you the web version, and we're going to give you one of our courses free, and we are going to go through the videos in that course, and we will be executing the things we learn in these videos in our matches. So hopefully we'll be able to do everything in order today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to stream the second part of the course, and yeah. So let's see what came today. I think came all right. 5, that's good. Suarez, Kroos, Allen. Gonna be interesting. Start with the course. Let me show. All right. I think we can start with the introduction of our application, the Guide Plus. Besides the YouTube channel, we are also doing detailed analysis, detailed tutorials on our platform, the Guide Plus, and it is really easy to reach on your mobile, on your PC, whatever you're using, and show you the web version of it. If you use the command !web, you can also reach the site, the website, or if you check the links in the description, you can download on Android or iOS the applications. It is very simple to use, and the overlay is very cool, I must say. You have a feed here, the recent tab. You can use it to find out the latest tutorials we post here. We have different types of tutorials, sometimes like this one, the corner method, which I posted yesterday, or this is something, a single one, or a course which we are going to show you in a bit. Like you can have some specific topics like counter-attacking or dribbling mastery. We're going to see this one, the dribbling mastery, ways to score course, or defending, whatever you're looking for in FIFA 22, whatever you want to improve yourself at FIFA 22, you can find out here. Let me just type it in the chat. You go into this one. I think the concept should work. Okay, it doesn't work. Nightbot, where are you? Work by now. Oh, here it is. It joined right now. Okay, cool. Like I've said, if you go to that link, the guide GG, you can see all of these things. There are some free stuff as well, like this dribbling mastery course, or weekly we do have some stuff we bring out. Let's go back to the feed, for example. I think the last free post was this one, the meta formation guide. You can watch the videos here. You can ask anything in the lower side. There's a comment section, and that is the way you can actually communicate with us. Or you can also join our Discord channel to give us your feedback. You can ask us your questions, and you can communicate with us or with the others who are playing this game. So let's move on to the course we're going to do today, the dribbling mastery. As you can see here, we have a full course here, the dribbling mastery course. We have topics. We have different tutorials with different topics. I think we have 5 videos, and we're going to split these into 2 parts. We're going to do the first 3 today and the last 2 tomorrow. And after that, we're going to do this final quiz together to see what we've learned from this course. So this is our plan for today and tomorrow. And hopefully this is going to help you a lot. So I'm going to wait 1 or 2 minutes to start with it. And after that, we can watch the first video. And afterwards, we are going to try to execute. I'm going to try to execute the stuff I see in these videos in our Foot Champions matches. So I'm going to play the playoffs first, and we're going to execute them. So if you have any questions, if you have any focus points that needs to be answered, don't be shy. You can ask anything. And yeah. So we can actually start off with this one. We have the video here. I think I might need to do it full screen. Let's lower the voice a bit, or I can do that from my own one. All right. So like I've said, we're going to watch the video. At some point, I'm going to stop the video, make some additional comment to it. And like I've said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And capture the desktop audio. That's a problem. That is a huge problem. See if that captures.
Hey guys, what's going
on? Doesn't capture the audio.
On? It's Cruzavi here, back with another lesson on the Guide Plus, and today is the start of our.
You can hear the audio, right? If anyone can confirm that he can hear the audio, that would be really nice.
Or dribbling course, which I'm really excited for.
All right, you can. Okay, I checked it out as well. All right, so let's see. This is the course from Cruzavi, from George, and he made all of these videos. I watched them also, checked it out, but we're going to see what he explains here.
We're going to teach you everything you need to know in order to become very good at dribbling in this game.
It's going to be much
and
better
today
resolution.
Marks the start with the lesson on ball contacts, which is a very fundamental concept in FIFA, not only for dribbling, but for everything. But for dribbling, it is extremely important, and that's why it's the first lesson of this course. We've talked about it a couple of times already in the history of the guide, but today I want to go in depth and really explain it to you guys so that you understand the implications of it. And first of all, I want to break it down, and that's why I went into the skill games to really show you guys what ball contacts are about. You can see the start here where I'm sprinting, and sprinting means that you move very fast, but you have less control of the ball. Because if you take a look at this in slow motion, then you can see ball contact, ball contact, ball contact, and the distance in between and the time that it takes from one ball contact to another is pretty long. So it looks somewhat like this. In between here at these points you have the ball contacts, and now if you want to perform an action, let's say shoot or play a pass or change direction with a dribbling move and cutting to the side, for example, you need a ball contact for that. And that's why when you move by sprinting, you are very vulnerable, and it can
Yeah, the reason for that, the reason why it's vulnerable, because as you can see here, the arrows should be much, much shorter compared to what we have here when you just dribble the ball with the left analog stick without sprinting. Because if you sprint, you push the ball away, and then the arrow or the distance you cover becomes much, much larger, much, much longer, and that way the control of the ball becomes much, much harder against a player who's actually pressuring against you. So let's move on. Sorry, George, for the interruption.
But again, one contact pushing the ball out, especially because I'm still accelerating,
no problem.
is
I'll move the
enough,
screen.
and I'm not getting to the ball before the defender can win it from me. And so that's why this concept is so important. Here we have another example. This time I missed the pass timing. So I'm doing one sprint ball contact over here. And my player is running and I want to play the through ball to him, but since I'm only getting a ball contact up here, my player is already offside in the moment that I get to the ball in order to play the pass, and so he ends up offside. So for passes, this is very important as well. And finally, you can easily...
I'm going to show you something else again regarding to that issue. If you wouldn't, like if this player wouldn't sprint here, the arrow, the distance he covers will be the half probably, and he would have an earlier touch on the ball so that the player doesn't go into offside. So it's really helpful not to sprint that much in that terms when it comes to balls contacts, and you have to take a look at the players, their positionings to be able to use that.
Offside in the moment that I get to the ball in order to play the pass, and so he ends up offside. So for passes, this is very important as well. And finally, you can easily miss shooting timings as well. As you can see here, one contact too much and the angle is extremely tight. And so here comes the normal dribbling without sprinting, where you have much more ball contacts. As you can see, I'm much more agile on the ball. I have a lot of touches, and for example, a shot is no problem. I have multiple timings. Also here you can see I can get the pass timing right, which is also another point. So if we look at that in slow motion, you will see that I have my touch much earlier compared to if I was about to take a sprint touch, and that's why I still get the correct timing for the through ball before my player is offside. As you can see here, now I already have another touch compared to the ball being somewhere out here. So that's why I can play this pass before my player is offside. Now, if we take a final look at this here, I think that's another pass, and then also you can prepare the finish. Now then here we have the precision dribbling finally. So this is with L2 plus R2. So as you can see, it is very, very hard for the defender to find a tackle timing. You have the ball extremely close, but also you can't really get away from the defender that well because you're moving very slowly. So this is always a trade-off. As you can see here, I moved out the defender, but I can't get away from him because I just move so slowly. So that's the downside again of precision dribbling, which is why you always want to connect it with some sprinting or some normal dribbling as well to then get away from the defender. So much for the basic concept. And
so basically the L2 R2 dribbling is about just fooling the opponent, faking him, covering the ball first, and then afterwards sprinting. That's the thing we need to do with the L2 R2. I think we might try to do it in our match after this video as well. So the basic concept is not to sprint too much with the ball when it comes to ball contacts, because that is what avoids the better opportunities. And then the second one, the L2 R2. So
now
let's see how it goes.
How to dribble or how not to dribble. Starting off again with the examples of sprinting too much, and this is a common issue with ball contacts, that you're underestimating how easily you can lose control of the situation and not be able to perform another action anymore. And in dribbling, this is so important because as you can see here, the opponent has total control of the situation, and he starts sprinting forward, and he does the first sprinting ball contact, and now he does another one, and it doesn't really look like he is about to lose the ball right here, but since I have selected my winger in this situation and I see that the opponent is sprinting forward, I'm moving in and I'm able to win the ball. And so you, as the guy who's dribbling, need to be able to judge how long you can sprint and in general be more careful about it. So if you start sprinting with one contact here, it is better to just slow down, let go of sprint and control the situation until you can see exactly from where the opponent is coming, because then you will always have the option to turn around or just go to the side, or you can also play a pass immediately. It doesn't really matter which action you want to perform, if it's turning or playing a pass. For both you need the ball contact, and so you don't want to push the ball out so far that you will only have a ball contact up here, because then what happens is I will be there and tackling you, and here the opponent just got lucky that he didn't lose the ball.
One thing to add here is that you're playing against human beings. So basically, if you take a look at this position, let me just find proper tool for that, point to fix. If you actually take a look at this area, then it might seem really open. This area might seem really open, and you might think, okay, I just can roll into that area. But in the end, the opponent will select either this one or this one, and like George said, he's going to press at you. So you're not playing against the AI, or you can't expect the opponent not to react to the situation, and then you might have to think about that as well. So like a hair, so if I have some hair, then
you will
if you
only
see some
have
hair,
a
that
ball
will be
contact
really okay for me. Thank you.
Up here, because then what happens is I will be there, get into thing ball. Now here in the second example, the same thing happened to me. So I was just a bit too eager to get into a good position here on the counter attack, because I just won the ball and I thought, I can sprint past the opponent here, his selected player, and I can then maybe go for a pass forward. But since I only had my second ball contact up.
How bad it is? Do you mean my sound, my microphone, or the audio? Is it not understandable? Because you're the only one that says that, Pedro. Is it also bad for the others? Or is it just Pedro? I won't interrupt, but...
Up here, the opponent even had enough time to switch players to this guy, move in, and as you can see, I'm not getting there in time anymore for the pass to the side, and so I lose the ball right away. And here the final example for that is the opponent, again, just one sprint touch, and what I really want you guys to see is how big the distance seems to be. Like you would say, it's easy, just one sprint contact here, and then right about there I will still...
1 second, I'm gonna check it out. Should be fine, I think. Doesn't sound bad to me.
Get another ball contact, to do a ball roll or whatever, and dodge the tackle, but it just doesn't work like that, and so you need to always remember that and be more careful about how you handle your ball contacts, and that means use more left stick dribbling and use less sprint, because you can also maneuver yourself into dangerous situations if you sprint too long. Here initially the sprint was fine from the opponent on the wing, accelerating and getting past my De Bruyne, so this is fine. But right about here, when you already see that the opponent is also switching players, you should just do a ball roll to the side, turn around and control the situation, because you can't really control it if you continue sprinting. It will just get too much at that point. So now here some examples how you can.
So the basic idea, what George explained here with the mistakes in these situations, he said less sprinting, more left stick dribbling. Like I've been coaching for 2 years now, or 3 years now, for B-Part Gaming, and this is the most common issue that I've seen in my coaching sessions. That doesn't depend on the level of the player. At some point, you start sprinting. You think like, okay, I can get past everyone. But with the mechanics of every new game or every other game, you might actually do that, but most of the time you can't. So make sure you use the left analog stick without the sprint button most of the time. Of course, when you have some free space in front of you, go for it, no problem. But then if you're getting contested, then you won't be able to do that. So.
Can handle your ball contacts and how you can better be prepared and not lose the ball. Here was the first one.
Nutmeg doesn't work anymore like last year.
We win the ball here in our own half, and here I play to De Bruyne, and the first thing is just receiving the ball and doing little touches. So receiving the ball, turning away from the defender who's coming up here. Then I do one sprint touch over here, but I'm still in time because the defender is behind me to play a pass over to my other guy here. Now here I see that the opponent is switching players and he's selecting his defender, and this distance is still pretty far, but I know if I now take a heavy touch to the side here, either here or there, then the opponent will definitely be able to move in and win the ball. So I take a very, very light touch here with the left stick dribbling, and then immediately change to the side with more small touches, and I can control the situation really well due to having all these ball contacts, as you can see here. So I had two there. First, I moved to the side, and now I see the opponent is really aggressive, so I can even move diagonally backwards to really shield the ball from him, and then I can move to the side again and play a pass. So I had control of the situation, even though the opponent did a very good job of pressuring me, and so that is definitely something to keep in mind. Now here we have...
So if we don't sprint with the ball, then we have more contacts on the ball. So we have more control over the ball. That is something really important. Like I'm telling the same thing like for the 3-time now, but it is really important. And if you want to remain on the possession, then you should definitely do it.
An example with a couple of situations. First, we see, by the way, the opponent having a heavy touch, more due to the fact that he played this driven pass over here, and therefore I'm able to move in. And now here we have an interesting situation. Opponent has selected Kante over here, so I feel fine doing one sprint ball contact in order to accelerate my attack and, you know, maybe go for the counter. But as soon as I get here, and this is something I do quite often, I accelerate, and now I see that the opponent will switch players. So let's play it in slow motion. He has selected Kante. I do one sprint ball contact, and now the opponent switches over here. Before he was with this player, and with both it could get dangerous for me if I just continue sprinting, even if I switch directions. This could be fine, this angle, because it could surprise the opponent, but it's still risky in case the opponent is prepared for it. So what do? Instead of continuing to sprint and having these long, heavy touches, I use a ball roll to get very close control of the ball again, to not risk losing it, and then I can immediately perform the next action, like play a pass or continue dribbling in another direction. So I do the ball roll, I play a pass. Here I'm not sprinting because I know that I'm in a very tight space, 3 defenders around me, so I need to control the ball, and then I can play a through ball with nice timing because of it. One touch and then the cross. So this last situation over here, I see that I have lots of space in front of me. The opponent is diagonally to the side, so I judge that one sprint ball contact here is fine to accelerate. And as you can see, I'm getting control again right before the opponent could cross me. In this case, I decide for the cross instead of something like cutting inside. That would have been an alternative option here, but I thought this situation is very nice for a cross. Somehow it doesn't really work out, and the opponent gets there before me. But that as an example for a situation in which, you know, multiple situations happened, multiple different scenarios where I decided to sprint in some of them and then get closer control again. And here we have what I was talking about earlier with the passes. That's also something to always keep in mind when you're dribbling. If you're waiting for a timing for a through ball, let's say, as we had the example also in the skill arena, here I have a good run from Ronaldo. I initiate the 1-2, and now in a situation like this, you could think, especially now, okay, let's start sprinting, right? Because we have so much space here on the wing. The problem with that is that we also have a very nice run from Ronaldo in behind here, and as you can see, the defender is not really covering that. And it might look like this is totally free, you know, you can still sprint and then you can play this pass with a good timing still, and that might be true in some situations, but you know, players can be offside a lot quicker than you might think, and that's why you see me dribbling with small little touches here. So I'm using the normal left stick dribbling, because just imagine now I would have taken this heavy touch. With this last final touch here, I would have gone for a sprint, because you see me now already powering up and I will have a ball contact in, you know, half a second or something, and I can play the through ball. If my last touch would have been a big heavy one with sprint, then I would only get a ball contact in maybe 1.5 seconds or something like that up here. And it could be that at that point Ronaldo's already continued his run into an offside position and the timing is just not there anymore. So it's really important when you want to be able to play passes, and especially well-timed through balls, that you don't dribble with such heavy touches, because then your timings will be ruined. Okay, so now that we've covered that, I think here we have you know, some longer situations and also some spots where sprinting is okay. That's also something I want to highlight, because obviously you don't always want to be slow. Sometimes sprinting can be you know, the key in order to gain an advantage. So let's see how this scene starts out over here. As you can see with De Bruyne, it's a tight situation, 2 defenders around. I want to be able at all times to pass the ball to the side, so I'm dribbling with little ball contacts. Now I play over to Neymar here, and as soon as I see the opponent's defender moving kind of out of the way because he was anticipating for something, or maybe he was doing a mistake with his player switching, I start sprinting. And especially now in FIFA 22 with the explosive sprint, if you see gaps like this and you start accelerating forward with quick players like Neymar, as you can see, bang, I'm like accelerating super quickly, and I'm able to get into a very dangerous situation because of it. It doesn't work out, but that's just to show you that you don't always need to be super careful. You know, if you see an opportunity to go through, and you know, if you see open space that you can reach before the opponent is able to react, you should also go for that. And here I use the explosive sprint, I get past this player, and now is the moment when I need to take control of the ball again, because this defender is coming inside here. By the way, sorry for the pixeling, I don't really know what's up with my VLC player today, but anyways, this is where I need to take control of the ball. I try to dodge with a ball roll. Doesn't work out in this situation, but it was still a nice spot for an explosive sprint. And then here we have the last and final situation for this video. Dodge the opponent with the ball roll here, and now it's time to accelerate and time to really use that space on the wing, push forward, now take control of the situation again, play a pass to the middle at the end of it. But once again, start of the situation here, I don't want to use a heavy touch. Like if I use a heavy touch right here, the opponent just has a free tackle to win the ball, right? Because I won't get another ball contact before he's there. But as soon as I use this ball roll to the side, now I have an angle where I can get past the opponent. I start sprinting, I get past him, I see I have a lot of space. The opponent covers the inside line, so he's kind of covering this pass to the middle. Obviously, if the opponent moved somewhat like this over here, then the situation would be different, and I might need to take control again and stop sprinting. But he didn't do that, so I can continue sprinting, and now I decide to cut inside. It wasn't totally necessary. I could have continued sprinting, but I felt like it would be more dangerous if I'm able to cut inside. But unfortunately, I don't really get a run here from my supporting players. So in the end, I pass the ball backwards and continue through the center. So yeah, this much about ball contacts. I hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, that was a first lesson from this course, the importance of ball contacts. Let's summarize that. We're going to see how we can use it in game as well. Let's summarize. when it comes to ball contacts, you have pretty much more time to contact the ball or more time to get a touch on the ball if you don't sprint. That's the first point, what George said. And there's some different dribbling techniques that you can use it with that. He showed the first one, the L2 R2, which was very useful to cover the ball against the defenders. That was the first one. We're going to see the different methods to do that in the other videos. I think today we got another 2 methods to dribble the ball, as I said. And he showed how not to use the dribblings against the players who are pressuring at you and how to use it. So we're going to apply this into our gameplay. Let's take it back to the main screen. I'm going to hop into a FUT Champions match. I think I'm going to play in playoffs. I haven't played the playoffs. And let's see how we can get this done in FUT Champions. I'm going to specifically try to use these mechanics or methods, so to say. That's a nice event. And hopefully we will see some good examples. And I could also show you that the negative sides also doesn't work, like George explained, like sprinting too much and making it going for a dribble towards the opponent. Let's go for FUT Champions. Right. Team. Let's go. If you have any questions about the topic, make sure you ask it in the chat, or you can also visit the course itself by tapping !web to go for the or to go to our web version of the application, or you can type !dribbling to go directly to the course itself, so you can watch the stuff there. All right, let's see. Touches on the ball, covering the ball from the opponent just because we don't sprint, and then we'll lose the ball there. But then you directly see how the player controls the ball when we don't use a sprint button. Okay, that's not good. Ball, you won't sprint here, gonna contact just once, and then ball roll. The opponent tries to confront, but since we don't rush here, we have more time on the ball with the ball contacts, and then ball back, we don't lose it. Just trying to find the opening with the ball contacts. And then once we find it, oh, unfortunate. Oh, then we score. As you can see, well, if the opponent tries to defend that disciplined, with the little touches on the ball, with the time on the ball, we could create a lot of good opportunities. Oh, I think he went a bit undisciplined right now just because of the first goal. So we control the ball with L2 R2 dribble. Controlled it. Again, a nice touch on the ball. We turned around, sprint into the open space, then stop, control the ball. Little touches on the ball. We get past him. Unfortunately, got pushed away and lost the ball. All right. So far, it's working. So far, so good. Bad pass here. Oh, just because, you see, that is the point what George explained in this course. Like, just because he sprinted too much in the box, he didn't get a good chance to score because, like, he could have gotten a better opportunity or better angle to work with if he haven't dribbled that much, so to say. Go for the counter attack, open space in front of us. With the ball roll, control it. Little touches on the ball again. Ball. Again. Control it. See, it's working out. That was a really nice goal. It was just because of the little ball contacts. I hope we can see the second one as well. Hopefully. Let's record that. Like, I think I focused on doing the ball contacts, the little ball contacts, and it really worked out. Normally I don't focus on these ones, but as you can see here, it helped us really to get ourselves 2 goals in no time. So can you recommend any like skills? Link with the left stick dribbling. Any skills? Like the ball roll is the perfect one to go with. The most basic one, but the most useful one, so to say. And I think you should start from there. Like if you want to go for the advanced skills, I don't have any skill moves to combine the left analog dribbling. I think you might go for the 5-star skill move, ball roll into scoop turn, but again, the ball roll is involved, so I think you might go for that. What's the camera angle? It's a custom telebroadcast 10:10. Like it's just like normal one, but if you go for the custom setting instead of the default one, and if you set it to 10:10, you get the camera angle. So we started with the little touches on the ball. It helped us to create gaps in behind the defensive line because the opponent is impatient and he's consistently moving towards the left and right, and that way we could counter him and find open spaces. So let's see for the first example here. You see Davies, we don't run here, we're patient, we don't use the R2 button that much, and then with the little, oh, it doesn't show the before, the thingy. With the little, oh, we can actually go for, what happens here? Use the, oh, we just passed the ball here. Never mind. I will go for the replay in the other section. Can you explain the L2 and R2 dribble? Oh, we can go for it in the next match. So basically, L2 is shielding the ball. Like if you press the L2 button, if you hold on to the L2 button, you basically shield the ball away from the defender. And if you also point out the opposite direction, you basically cover the ball. And you dribble the ball again, but then you shield it. And with the R2 button, if you use them together, then you give it the pace. And then that way you could, like if you go for the sideways, you could also shield the ball. You can also change the direction while you're shielding the ball. You can't use it every single time, because if you want to make a sharp turn, then you force the ball away from you. But then if you use it properly with smaller angles, like a 30-degree or 45-degree turn, then it works out perfectly. Turkey, hi, welcome. Like the second goal I want to show you, it was just because of, like, it was just purely because of the little touches on the ball. So let's see how it goes here. We got the ball, we pass it, control with Neymar, and then sprint a bit, and then let go of the sprint button, pass the ball back, again towards the left. You see, 2 touches on the ball here, just right here. Look at Davies. Look at Davies. Just because we had 2 touches on the ball, I'm going to stop it here. The first one is going to go for the left side in our perspective, towards his right, to our left. You see, that was the first one. Here, this one, the first touch on the ball towards the left made him believe we are going to that direction. But then you see, he tried to cover it, and then we turned around and we passed the ball inside. Here as well, you see, with the little touches from Jorginho. I think it's much clearer in that example here with Jorginho. I'm going to show it again. Pass the ball to Jorginho. We turn around. We try to make the opponent believe that we are going towards the lower side. But then, see, just because he believed it, we had another touch. We had enough time to have another touch on the ball. And then he went away. Again, doing the same thing, he went away again. So twice in a row, we made him believe with the little touches on the ball that we are going into a specific direction. We bait him, and then we pass the ball. We have the opening, and then the second goal. So those touches on the ball are really important. And I think that these were two good examples on how to use the little touches on the ball or the ball contacts in our favor. So let's go for another match. Let's find out, because that was a really, really quick one. Let's play one more time and show the little details of these contacts, and then we can move on to the other lesson. All right. Ball again. See, most of the times the opponent doesn't react to that or overreacts to that, and then we could get rid of the opponent. So let's get that one again. The L to R2. You see, that was the L to R2, and then Neymar gets the ball. Stop with him. Let's try to bait him out towards a specific direction. Didn't work out. Middle. Yep. And just as you use the left analog stick, you make him believe, all right, this guy is going to go for little dribblings. He's not going to run. And after that, if you find a specific running lane to go for, like I did in the previous position, then you can actually go for a sprint, a burst of sprint, and then you can try to go for the opportunity. But unfortunately, it was blocked. Got a gap. We stop here, turn around, pass the ball again towards the middle. Unlucky situation. Let's try it one more time. Open space, run it out, pass the ball. Again, open space on the wing. You could run, but you have to know when you stop. Here, you have to stop here, because you don't have much space like you did a second ago. And then Jorginho, little touches on the ball, pass inside. Again, good touch on the ball. That was a good one. You see, like, if you stop and turn around, then you have enough time to see what the opponent is doing. And if you see that, then you can react to that. You could try to go for another move to counter this movement. That was too crowded there. Jorginho has the ball again. Dribblings. So you see, I just pushed the ball away and I almost lost the ball. That was a really good example on how not to use it. Okay. We might even try to use the ball rolls much more. Not the ball like this. See, with the little touch on the ball, we get the ball where we wanted. It's too crowded again. Let's see if we can find a way to get ourselves inside. Oh, I had to use this. All right. Let's try it one more time. Ronaldo. The opponent's coming at us. Good one. Oh, it should be penalty? No. Alright, so far so good. It's working out. Like, trying to dribble the ball with little touches on the ball, little contacts, is working out. But we have to score here. We have space, good pass. And no. Let's see if we can make the opponent. Oh, we couldn't force a mistake. Ran too much. We got the ball. So we have the space in front of us, but not anymore. So pass the ball here. Pass again. Pass again. Running into the open space, then doing the ball roll. Great. Going for it. He doesn't run too much either, so it was a bad contact. I think he dribbled the ball while he was sprinting there. He contacted the ball while he was sprinting. So go for it. Run. Run around. Changing sides. We need a good position here. Let's control it with Neymar. Run the ball. Run. Dribbling the ball away from him. Found the open space. Passed it. Oh. Covered the ball away from him. While we face our back. And then good pass. And he scores. But basically, covering the ball with Jorginho there allowed us to find the open space. So, turn your back, go left and right, and like you can try to dance there. Oh, he quits. He quits now. All right. Well, going to see the goal again. I need to save the goal again, just because he quits. Save recent gameplay. I am going to show you that again from the replay, unfortunately here, just because the game doesn't record the recent goal after the quit. I'm going to read the chat, no worries guys. Alright, Jorginho here, this one. Let's see the position from here. Jorginho here gets the ball towards left and right, and as he found the open space, this is a really good example as well. Like, if you can create the opportunity to run, then go for it. But here, initially, as he gets the ball, let's see, initially, if he wants to run there, then there is no space, because if I try to run there, then Mbappe is close, and he will probably get a touch on the ball. But what we do here, we take the ball towards the right, and then towards the left. That way, in this position, we create the opportunity to run. Because if we run directly in front of us, there is no one to stop us. If the number 13, who is in the box right now, was a bit closer to my player, I wouldn't run. But since the distance from him to my player is really long, then I tell myself, okay, I could go for a run here, and I could try to use the passing lane towards Zidane here. So you see, I make a move, I go for a burst of run, and then pass the ball. Unfortunately, that didn't pay off. And then here, we get the ball again, and we don't force our way into the middle, because if I try to turn around here, then either one of the players, either Best or number 13, can get the ball. So what I do here, I go for little touches. I dance around myself with the little touches on the ball, and as soon as I find the opportunity, I pass the ball. And the last touch on the ball here, just because I don't run, the last touch before the pass is really important. So here, I don't have a clear passing angle, because you see, the midfielder is covering Ronaldo here. But just because I had this touch on the ball, I had a better angle to pass to. Again, if you don't run, if you don't make things complicated, much more complicated for yourself, then you find better angles with the little touches on the ball. Good videos. It's pity that there are no Russian subtitles. The thing was this was a topic for us, the subtitles, and I think we don't have the enough manpower to do that, because I could probably do the Turkish subtitles because I'm originally from Turkey, and we could have German subtitles, but I think just because English is the universal language for all of the things, I think we thought, okay, English should be enough for us. So, but yeah, I feel you, because it would be much better for everyone to understand what we're explaining here in their native language. So yeah. All right, I think that was enough examples, a bunch of examples to go with for the first lesson, so to say. So we could actually go for the second one. But before that, do you have any questions? You can ask anything, and yeah, I would be really happy to answer them. What formation do you play in game? In the last 2 games, I played 4-2-3-1, narrow. But I normally play 4-1-2-1-2, the second version. And once again, you can download the app. This course is completely free, and we have a lot of free stuff in our application. You can download the app on iOS or Android. Make sure to check the links in the description below, or you could use the web version of our app as well if you want to go for it on your desktop or a laptop. I think !web would give us the link if the Nightbot works well. Oh, or never mind, I could point out myself. If you go to the guide GG, the guide.gg, you would find the, okay, then it comes. Or if you use the command !dribble, then you go for the direct course in our application. So, your opinion on EA changing so often the game will patches this year? I think like they are trying to fix broken things, but like this is my personal opinion. I think they make things much more complicated and they break things, like the things that are working, like that should supposed to work normally. They break that as well with every single patch. Like the corner tactic was really bugged or glitched, so to say, and everyone waited for a fix, and I think it took like 3 months for them to fix it. But then with every single patch, the gameplay changes. You feel like the passes are better or worse. In every single case, you try to adapt yourself to the new game, so to say, because sometimes it feels like a new game instead of a new patch. So playing in the first week of the patch is really important, because this is the only way that you can adapt yourself to the game. I'm really struggling on Division 4. We have a video for that. Like I have been doing a video about the specific divisions. We had a series. I think we brought out the 4th or 5th video this week, yesterday, and yeah, you could go for the video. And I think I played Division 6, 5, and 4 together and pointed out the important things to go for in these divisions. That might help you. In your opinion, is this game based on skills or team overall ratings? Like, team overall ratings doesn't matter as long as you do the mechanics. Of course, there is a huge difference between teams. Like if you have players from Team of the Year event or good icons, the results are getting better. But if you have a much better team but you don't do the mechanics, you could lose. Like if you're doing the mechanics with good players, not like average players, you could beat the worst players with better teams. So I made that. I played several games in my RTG, which is worth like 70k right now from Bundesliga. I'm still playing with gold players, and I managed to beat players like from higher divisions, like in Division 2 and 1 with Cristiano Ronaldo, team of the Jorginho, or I don't know, with icons. Like the most important thing is that you know the mechanics, and then the team adds up to that. So both are important, but the most important thing is that you know the mechanics. Hello from United States. Hi from Turkey. Thanks. Welcome to the stream. Well, good to have you here. I think it's my first English stream, so I'm quite excited as well. I'm shaking a bit, but I think I'm managing it fine right now. So if you have any questions, just go for it. Where's the cats? They're inside the room. Tarek, hi. Thank you for your words. I struggle in doing SBCs. What should I do? There are some websites to get help from that, and people post their own SBCs. They post the players they use in their SBCs as well. Maybe you could check it out, like Footbin or Footviz. They have plenty of examples to do to show you in that terms doing SBCs. I always concede to dumb goals and I cannot create chances. Like, what do you think? What do you think your problem is in the game? Like, okay, that's a topic, but did you go detailed? Like, did you try to watch your own game and try to understand what you're doing wrong? The 4-2-3-1 thing has moved me from Division 3 the first time, and I also qualified champions finals for the first time. Oh, good job. I'm really thrilled to hear that. Hi. Congratulations. I hope you do in for champions really good as well. As your coach. I'm not advertising myself. All right. Let's move on to the second part of our course. Oh, not this one. Oh, I might change the screen here. Like everything was clear with the first one, right? Like we had a good weaving of the first lesson, and then we executed well in the matches as well. We won both games, and we created the goals just by using the left analog stick and good little touches on the ball. So I think that was clear. All right. Your problem is the game dynamic on how you use the analog stick and when you make the tackle and how you control the jockey button. That's a lot of things to work with. Well, when you make the tackle, like we have a lot of things in the Guide Plus. I think if you take a look at our application, if you take a look at the application, you might find a lot of things for your own good. So like I've said, if you go for the exclamation mark web, you will find the application which offers most of the techniques that we use in FIFA 22. All right, let's move on to the dribbling techniques breakdown. So we have seen the first one, the L2R2 dribbling, and I think in this one, George is explaining us the other ones, the more advanced ones, and let's see how he executes with the dribbling techniques. All right, let's see.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cruz Abe here, back with another lesson. This time the second part of our dribbling course here on the Guide Plus, and today we're going to be talking about dribbling techniques. I want to show you guys the 3 different techniques that you can use in FIFA 22 and in which situations you should use them. So what's the benefit of each one? Sprinting is not included here because it's very basic, and I already talked about sprinting in the ball contacts video, and I will talk about sprinting as well in later parts of this dribbling course. So with that said, let's get into the first dribbling technique, which is the L1 or LB dribbling. And as you can see here in the arena, I'm having L1 or LB pressed, and my player is in this kind of face-up position where he just drags the ball from side to side. The disadvantage with this, and why I don't really use it in this way, is that it's pretty slow and your player doesn't feel very agile when he does this, as you can see here in the slow motion. So I don't really see much benefit of using it in these close situations, but there is a sprint boost which you can do with it. Probably some of you guys already know this, so that's the sprint boost. I will quickly explain how to do it. So the benefit of this technique is that it enables you to use the L1 step for 1 or 2 steps to the side. So it's pretty important that
you might have a problem. Just try to
your
refresh the
original
slide.
running direction is forward, and then you activate L1 and do 1 or 2 steps to the side, either downwards or upwards. And then afterwards you are letting go of L1. So I'm doing 1 or 2 steps here, and then you let go of L1 and you sprint in your original running direction. So it looks somewhat like this. You start normally dribbling, then you activate L1 or LB for 1 or 2 steps, and then you let go of L1, LB and start sprinting straight again. So let's take a look at it once again. I will also have in-game examples to follow this up, just so you guys understand the mechanics. And there you have a little sprint boost. So I use this mainly on the wing around the halfway line, because then sometimes you're in the duel with the fullback, and if you're able to out sprint him, then that can lead to some dangerous opportunities. So this is one example for that. I passed the ball to my winger, and now I'm in this sort of duel here where the fullback is against my winger, and there is a lot of space here that I could use. So obviously if there would be another player positioned here, it doesn't really make much sense to sprint in there, but like this you can do 1 or 2 steps to the side. So obviously do them outwards towards the sideline with L1, as you can see right now, and then you let go of L1 and sprint like we just discussed, and try to push into this open space and get away from the defender. And a lot of opponents underestimate how quickly you can move in here and then get past their defender and create a dangerous opportunity. And the second example shows that very nicely as well. So here I play the ball out. It's the same situation, one-on-one with the wingback, and as you're about to see in a second, the opponent just doesn't guess that I'm going to sprint past him right now, and
that's
out of
nasty.
nowhere I have an crazy tempo boost. So this also always depends on the angle that you're getting, etc., etc. So it's not always the exact same execution from your player, but as you can see, I'm just blasting past his defender, and then I'm on the wing. I can use the ball roll and a driven pass to immediately pounce on this opportunity and score the goal. So this is how I mainly use the L1 dribbling for the sprint boost. Now the agile dribbling with
Going for that. What's the difference between this technique and just slowing down and accelerating? I often just drop the R2 button and almost stand still, and then click R2 to do a similar technique. What do you think? Well, I can try that, Tarek. I can try that in the game, but I think the animation, like while you're going without using the L1 button, like let's say that if you're using L1 button, and then if you're sprinting while using the L1 button, you got much more opportunities to touch on the ball, because it makes a smaller dribbling compared to the normal dribbling. Like you have many touches on the ball, and I think that might affect the exit move from that dribbling. If I put the words correctly, like did you understand what I said? Because like you have many more touches on the ball, and that means you have more opportunities to go for the exit compared to the normal one, if that makes sense to you. Like if you have 5 touches on the ball in 2 seconds, then you have 5 different opportunities to go for the exit. But if you touch the ball twice in 2 seconds, then you have only 2 opportunities. So it gives you, like, that might not be seen as an advantage, but I think that gives you the opportunity to decide when you exit the dribble or dribbling. So to say.
R1 or RB. I didn't use that much in the beginning of FIFA 22, but also when, you know, doing some gameplays for this video and also experimenting a bit more with it, I must say that it can feel pretty nice in certain situations. So as you can see with the agile dribbling, it is pretty similar to the L1 dribbling, but as the name already suggests, it feels more agile, especially when you pull the ball back. So you're face up once again, and then you can also, like right here, pull the ball back and then sometimes behind the standing leg, and it's just a bit more fluent, it feels like, then with the L1 steps, and also you cover more distance. So instead of going somewhat like this with the L1 and then like this, you do a bigger step backwards and then come around in this kind of half circle. So that is pretty nice. Like right here, you can pull the ball back away from the defender. And this can come in handy in a few spots. This one is just to show you how exactly it works. I don't really get that much benefit from it right here. But as you can see, you want to have the defender in front of you, and from there on you can pull the ball away from him. So I'm receiving the ball towards him, which is pretty risky, but then I'm using the R1 or RB button to move backwards and pull the ball away, like this, or downwards in this situation, and then in a second I'm going to do it upwards. So first you want to, as I said, move away, as you can see with my left stick, away from the defender, and then come around and go like this. And the advantage, as I will show in some future examples, is that your direction is always forward. So your player is oriented forward and you can immediately take the next action. Here it works again. So I'm moving forward. This time the defender is slightly diagonally to the side, which is all right as well. I activate R1, pull the ball back, and then go around like this. And once again, you can see how I dodge his tackle, and suddenly I have a lot of space. Obviously, this works better if the opponent is pretty aggressive. But yeah, so here we have an example where I like to use it. Which is in situations when you're facing a certain direction. So in this case, I'm facing outwards like this. And I want to continue the play towards the center, because here I have more options. And on the wing, you know, maybe I went down the wing a couple of times. This time I want to switch it up. The problem is if I turn in like this, then that is very risky. So if I just use the left stick and turn in like this, then the opponent could anticipate that and tackle the ball away. If I use the very safe option with the left stick, then I need to turn around like this, and it takes a lot of time until I am directed forward again to potentially play a pass. So I have some middle ground here, so to say, with the agile dribbling, which gives me a little bit of both worlds. So I can pull the ball back first, which is nice because it pulls the ball away from the defender, and the chance of losing it to a tackle is pretty slim. And then afterwards I can move forward immediately, because as I already said, your player at all times is directed forward. And so as you're going to see in a second, I can then immediately play the pass after pulling the ball back. So let's take a look at it one more time. I'm getting the ball, I'm pulling it back, going to the center, immediately have it available for a pass because I'm looking straight ahead. And then here I could play a nice through ball to Neymar. Unfortunately, choked the finish.
So the L1 dribbling allows you to get much context on the ball, and then you go for the exit. That was the first one. And the R1 dribbling, the agile dribbling, allows you to change the direction much faster. So that was a really interesting technique. And most of you, like, I just realized I've been ignoring these two too much. And hopefully I will also implement those two into my gameplay as well. Let's move on.
But it happens. So let's take a look at the next gameplay scene here. Very similar example. This time I can play the ball to the side. Choke the finish again. But anyways, here, let's take another look. Pass the ball to Neymar, and this time the defender is down here.
This is going to be recorded. Sorry for the interruption. Yes, this is going to be recorded, and I think you'll be able to watch it afterwards. Yeah, and of course, if you also watch it from the like, if you if you want to watch it for yourself, and if you want to train it for yourself as well, you can also visit our website, and you could try it out for yourself. Like, if you let me point it out here, exclamation mark dribble or dribbling. Sorry. The link will pop up in a second, and then you could go for the course for yourself.
Here,
but it's going to be saved anyways.
I am receiving
no
the ball
worries.
like this. Now I see I have another player available here, and it's the same story. If I just turn with the left stick, then the defender could tackle the ball because it's pretty open, and if I need to turn around all the way, then it will take a long time until I can play the pass. So I pull the ball back behind my standing leg, and then I'm able to right away play this pass, as you can see there. So this is where the agile dribbling comes in handy. And this works pretty much all over the pitch. Here we have another example in the opponent's half with Ronaldo. Pull the ball to the side. I can continue play immediately with the through ball, and then yeah, the situation fizzles after that. But anyways, so much about the agile dribbling. And last but not least, we have the precision dribbling, which, as you can see here, is done with L2 plus R2 or LT plus RT on Xbox. And I would say this is the, most useful out of the three, because as the name already suggests, it gives you more precision in your turns. You have more ball contacts. You can keep the ball very safe and make it very hard for the opponent to tackle you. As you can see here in the arena example, very small touches, and you can.
All right. Seems with this R1 or L1, it also gets harder for the opponent to take the ball versus left stick dribbling, or not necessarily. Depends on, like, if you are facing the opponent, yeah, definitely it makes a difference. But if, like, it depends on how you use the left analog stick dribbling. Like, if you try to use the left analog stick dribbling while you're facing the opponent consistently, and if you don't change directions while using the left analog stick dribbling only, then you will have a harder time compared to what George just showed in his both techniques. So L1, like, while only facing the opponent, the L1 and R1 dribblings or techniques come to handy. Yeah, you might say that. But like, just the left stick analog dribbling has their advantages over those two. But then, like, if you're facing the opponent, definitely they make a difference compared to the normal left analog stick dribbling.
Change direction all the time pretty much. And this is the first spot where that is really useful. Midfield situations where you kind of get into a tight spot. So here I win the ball, and afterwards it is going to Neymar. And as you can see now, this is a situation where the opponent might be attacking me from multiple angles. If this player is going to stand up, then from this angle as well. And I want to make sure that I don't lose the ball here, and I can react very, very quickly to whatever the opponent is doing, whatever angle he's approaching from, and then potentially punish a mistake and play a through ball afterwards or something like that. So I activate L2 plus R2, as you can see here. I turn back, and then I can turn in like this, and as you can see, my touches are very, very small. So even though I turned in, the ball is not laying somewhere here where it's available for a tackle from the defender, but instead I have the ball right at my feet, and I can turn into the little open gap right here. As you can see already, that's the input I'm making with the left stick, and I can do what I was talking about before, punish the opponent for being too aggressive from these two angles and leaving this tiny little pocket of space in between. And I can push into that thanks to these little touches and the good ball control I have, and play forward immediately. So that's a big advantage of the L2R2 dribbling. And this you can also use when it gets closer towards the opponent's box, which has another benefit. You can really time your passes well because you have so many touches. That's what I was talking about in the ball contacts video. It's also important for pass timings. Here I get the ball with Ronaldo. I know that these two players are making overlapping runs, so I want to keep the ball with Ronaldo for a little bit until they get into a good position for the through ball, and I don't want to lose it to these defenders. And as you can see, I can keep it very, very safe with the L2R2 dribbling here, one step away from the defender to get a better angle and then play the through ball. Afterwards, a little bit of luck to finish out the chance, or a lot of luck rather, but anyways, it worked out. And then here, another example
that's a
of a very short usage. So this is something which I can recommend as well. You don't always need to press it for a long time. Sometimes doing these little fake movements where I receive the ball like this, as you can see now from the controller input, I fake that I'm going down like this and the defender will react to it. So he will approach me somewhat like this.
This is exactly what we did in
since I have another
matches.
touch so quickly, I can just immediately move out forwards again. And then I continue the play after that, and I faked out this defender here, and afterwards I don't need the L2R2 anymore. I just go back into normal dribbling. So let's take a look at it one more time. Play the ball here to Jesus. Now the fake movement, now going up again, and you can see how the defender moved down for a brief moment here, and I can play the pass. And here I just use normal left stick dribbling. These are situations which we will get into in later lessons of this course, how to use dribbling moves and execute in these spots inside the box to get away from defenders, to outmove them, and to eventually score. Here we have the final example for the precision dribbling and the final example for this video. So as you can see, I activate the precision dribbling now, and this just shows how difficult it is for the opponent to find a tackle timing, and especially these last two touches. So I'm moving away from goal, moving downwards, upwards again, and now I turn in and immediately with the next touch turn to the side and then forward again. And the opponent wants to win the ball on this touch, which normally he probably would if I didn't use the precision dribbling. But thanks to the precision dribbling, I already have my next touch and I'm able to score the goal. So let's take a look at it one final time. This is the little touch to the side and then normal dribbling again. So this is really important. If you're going to experiment with precision dribbling, you will notice that, and as you already can see in this example as well, that you move very, very slowly. Like these touches are so little that you don't really get away from players. And so you can see that I'm even using sprint here. So this is something important after you outmove the defender, if then you have some space available. I will also talk about that in another lesson. You need to accelerate and really take advantage of that gap that you generated by outmoving a defender. So yeah, hope this video helped.
All right, so we have experienced 3 different techniques. The third one we already have seen and used in the games we had, but the first and the second one I'm eager to use them, like the L1 dribbling, which gives us more touches on the ball before sprinting, which we are going to use in the wing, so to say. I'm just summarizing the things we've seen. That was the first one. The second one is the agile dribbling, the R1 dribbling, to make like we could use that R1 dribbling against players who are trying to push up from a certain angle, or we're just trying to get aggressive from a certain angle. We could try to use it. And the third one is the precision dribbling, which we can use to have little touches on the ball to change the direction agilely, like in an agile way, to be able to get rid of the opponents, especially around the opposition box. So let's see. To your question, Matthew, like this is unfortunately not a game where you're running gun. So you have to think, you have to understand what the mechanics are, and there are plenty of mechanics that you cannot use, you cannot abuse, or you just simply can't run, because if you just try to do that, you won't be able to get through any defender. Like you could be in elite division, but you might not get higher, like into higher skill ratings if you do so, or you might not be able to get the wins you want especially in Foot Champions. Like, you should try to be patient, like Turkey said. And like, if you try patient stuff, I know it's sometimes boring or tiring or exhausting, but if you want to win the game by using the mechanics, then you should be patient. Like, you should think about how you play the game. So that should be the mentality, not to run and gun, because then it's just like rolling the dice. Like, if you get a weaker opponent, then that might work out, but if you get a stronger opponent, then no luck. Is there going to be a video showing how to defend against this type of dribbling, please? I think I don't think so, not specifically, but I'm going to make a video about how to defend against the meta attacking styles, like going for the long through balls, or how to defend against skill moves. We're going to have a video about that, I suppose. I was kind of thinking of when I should be looking to play slow and when to play fast. Like, if the opponent is playing with a narrow defensive line, then definitely you should play slow, because like, if he's defending too tight, then you cannot break it without finding a gap. And most of the times, these like you're going to see tight defenses with lower depths, lower widths. You're going to struggle against that, and you need to take that slow. But if you find, like, the opponents show themselves their intentions at the start of the game, like in the first 15 minutes or so. If you see an opponent who gives up a lot of space, a lot of gaps against you, then go for the higher pace or higher tempo, so to say. But if he's taking it slow as well, and if he's defending tightly, then you should go slower. No problem, Tarek. All right, let's go for the third game, where my cat screams too much. Yeah. I don't know if you hear him, but yeah. All right, let's move on to the third game. We are going to explore, and we are going to use the 3 techniques that we have just seen in the videos. And yeah, let's go. All right, so we are going to use the L1 dribbling. Oh, I didn't activate the controller. Hold up, just a second. Yeah, L1 on the wing. See? L1, all right, seems fun. The L1 dribbling working. Oh my god, what is that? The agile dribbling, that's... Okay, that was too much. I'm also exploring by myself. So the opponent coming from the right side. Again from the right. Turn. Okay. But you see, you can just dance around the player. You can just dance around the player and protect the ball as well. So L1, run, pass the ball, and score. That was it. Just before sprinting, use the L1. That is the way. Oh my god. All right, he continues. So this is the proper way to use the L1. Get more touches on the ball, and afterwards sprint with it. L1. Let's try the agile dribbling. Oh, didn't work out because we had a reverse angle. Okay, this is the agile dribbling. First move towards the back and then forward. Move towards back and then forward. Here again. Don't need to do that here. Move against the back and then move. Move towards the back. Work out. Agile dribbling again. Get rid of the opponent. See, just using the agile dribbling, we found the open space. And then here again, turn around with agile dribbling to red time it. Okay, that was my bad. But you see, just using the R1 there, just using the agile dribbling, it works out really good. And I think the opponent had enough of it. It's already mad. I don't know why. Disgusting dribble, but yeah, like if you fall for it, definitely it's disgusting, but you just need to adapt to that and not tackle too much like the opponent does. See, agile dribbling here didn't work out because we were running. We were running. That was the key point. Why it didn't work out. Bending, offside. Oh, we might use that speed boost again on the wing. See that with Neymar. Let the opponent come towards us. Speed dribble. Okay, nice speed boost. And almost got the goal. You see, we just moved with the L1. And afterwards, we went for a speed boost. And it almost worked perfectly. Oh, we just made the dribble in towards the opponent. No, the L1 and R1, like I just made it with my wing back, who has, I think, 3 stars of weak foot. Or skill move, sorry. Like the other ones can, like it depends on the dribbling abilities or stats of the player. Not the other one. L1, good. Pass. Agile dribbling, and then goal. That was again the agile dribbling that made the opportunity clear for us to shoot, and then we scored. I might, like, I'm going to, oh my god, I'm not going to have enough space on my PlayStation right now because everyone quits on the perfect example. Turkey, good night. We haven't used the precision, like I wanted to use the precision dribbling again, but we didn't have enough time to use that one because of the L1 and R1 examples. In the next game, I might try to use only the precision dribbling, so to say. Let's see them once again, how we use it, especially the last example. That was a really clear goal. Here, we get the ball, we use the R1, the agile dribbling. Here, oh, but I'm just going to, like here, I use the agile dribbling, and then let's see what happens. 1, 2. We pulled the ball, like I'm going to let it run. We pull the ball back and then forward, holding on to the R1 button. Here, 1, 2. This one. Like you cannot do this dribbling by only using the left analog stick. While holding on to the R1 button, you make sure you remain facing the frontal direction, and then just by having this move, let's take a look at the controller, this one. While holding on to the R1 button, this one. Maybe I should do that on another screen. All right, holding on to the R1 and then this one. This will have you control the ball into the frontal direction and then make the move just like I did. I haven't used L2R2, not yet. Now, I wanted to use it, but the opponent quit it, so I didn't have the opportunity. So let's move on to the next one and use the L2R2, precision dribbling. I want to see that as well before we move to do last one, the last lesson of the day. But I had used, like I used it back in the first 2 games, the L2R2, but we might take a better look at it right now. I'm in Division 2, almost into 1 now. My only problem is through balls against me in the final third. I concede late goals a lot. Probably a mental thing. We are going to bring a mental video as well. Like, we have plenty of mentality videos in the Guide Plus. And we are going to have a video for Division 1 probably next week. Because I've seen a lot of things that shouldn't supposed to happen. And people get broken because of their mentality. I'm going to make a video about that as well. De Gea, why not, man? Because I want to play around on 10 chemistry. Even though I could play him, like, because I'm going to change Zidane, and he won't get the chemistry from, like, Ron won't be able to get the chemistry from Zidane anymore. Precision dribbling, good one. We held on to the ball, and let's see how it works here. Oh, never mind. Get the ball back. You might need to use the precision dribbling on the box or near the box. Here, precision dribbling. Oh, they didn't work out. It also depends on the behavior of the opponent, so that's why going wild. Precision dribbling, pass the ball. Oh, bad shot. Bad shot, very bad shot. But the move with Jorginho made it possible there. Do we have any moderators in chat? I might need to stop the yeah. Good goal. And we conceded the goal because of that. Precision dribbling again. Lucky in this one. The opponent is much better compared to the other ones. Better say. L1. He's defending really tight. Good defending here. Let's go. I'm trying to find the position where we might use the precision dribbling. Full roll. Oh, it fell out from my side. Good. Bad pass. We might need to change some. Okay. Okay, that was perfect example for the L1 dribble. We just went in with L1, and then once we saw that he's not contesting it, we gave the perfect dribble boost, and then scored the goal. Nice. Very nice indeed. Oh, just ran too much. Precision dribbling, let's see. Okay, we did it too much. Of course he's dribbling, he's defending well as well. That's also something to point out. But he was kinda confused as well in terms of defending there at some point. Pass to Neymar. Pass again, offside. Passing, good goal. Oh, you think it's patched? Like, they might bring these kind of hidden patches to, like, just to be honest, it doesn't feel like it's much effective like we saw in the video, so your point might be true. But the other ones are working perfectly, especially the L1 dribbling. We should have done a ball roll there. Change sides with the agile dribbling again. Agile dribbling again. Bad pass. But chance creation with agile dribbling is incredible. Still need to understand the difference between precision dribbling and R1 dribbling when you can. With the precision dribbling, you can face every single angle, but with the agile dribbling, you can only face the frontal, like you only face towards the goal. And the agile dribbling also pushes the ball a bit away from your feet, but it's also, like it said, agile, it's much more faster. All right, let's move on to the second half. I find the L1 dribble and R1 dribble much better compared to the precision dribbling, to be honest. That was my bad because I ran into the opponent. Oh. Playing on a bad connection as well. 7th pawn, MS. Change with agile dribbling. Oh my god, agile dribbling is working so fine. Again, the agile dribbling. Not well. Agile dribbling, good pass. Unfortunately, no goal, but yet again, in the box, really useful. In my opinion, the agile dribbling. We have space, we could go for it. Okay. Went wrong here. Ball back. Pass the ball. Use the agile dribbling. Choice. Oh, unlucky there. Missed to use the button there. Get back to the keeper. Good job. Agile dribbling is disgusting good. Well, you have to know how to use it though. Like I've said, I haven't been using it too much. Like for never, let's say. But after seeing the video, I find it really easy to use, so to say. Oh, that won't work out. Slide. Go for the agile dribbling. Change the pace. Pass. Agile dribbling. Good try. Good try. Don't know if he did that on purpose to let Mbappe have the ball, but it kind of worked out. Unfortunate for him. That was the L1. That wasn't agile as the agile dribbling. Should have shot there much earlier. Oh, the ball contacts. That's so wrong what he's doing right now. But I think he's doing that just because of its urgent need of the goal. Oh, that was lucky for me. He was really lucky with the dribbling from his defender. Putting up some pressure. Maybe we could try to find the usage of the agile dribbling there when he tries to press. Foul? No? Ref? And we can see the goal because of the high pressure. Well, should have been a foul. He's still pressing. He's still pressing. That's his issue right now. Try to defend this. Right. Sule change the direction with how is this even working with the high pressure? I don't get it. Oh my god, that was some intense pressure from his side. I think it might be over. Oh god, thanks God. Yeah. Have you increased your game speed by any chance? That doesn't work in online game. And that depends on the server. Also, the double X pass in the box also works well for me after I execute the agile dribbling. That's what I did, Christian. In the last goal. The last goal, I went for the assist with the double tap X button. Well, that was really that was a really intense game. Well, the thing I can tell you from this game, at least I tried to focus on the precision dribbling. It doesn't feel that much of effective compared to the version of the on the lesson, but I think that depends on the time that the video came out. Like, because in time with the recent patches, EA changes the effectiveness of some certain mechanics and stuff. So it is best to use them in the game and try to figure out which is working out for you. Because like I've said, I haven't been using the L1 and then the R1, there's both techniques in the game. And since I tried to use them for the first time for a long time, I think they're magnificent. So know the mechanics, try them in the game, and try to sort out which is working out for you. That is the most important message that I can get to you. Let's see if you see, this one was a perfect example for the L1 dribbling. You see, I'm going with the L1 here, 1, 2, and then I find the opportunity. I tell myself, okay, so he's not pressing, so I can go for the line. So after that, let me just go for it slowly. L1 dribbling here, and then the speed boost, and then the shot. Even though that was bad defended, the speed was after the L1 dribbling made this goal become through. Last goal. That was patient again. The double tap pass here, and then the goal. Yep. Definitely, you should. Like I've said, you can watch all the videos. You can know everything by yourself. You can have everything in your mind, but before executing them, you don't complete your training. So try to focus on these points, and if you see that they are working in the game, you might execute them much better. Like, you can watch every videos that we produce here on the guide or on our platform, the Guide Plus, but executing is much different, and it brings the value to your time while you're learning this. So we will continue with the final lesson for today. Let's see what we have, and then we could try to learn, or maybe we could actually execute this tomorrow. Let me just find it. Camera. The camera I have in the game is Telebroadcast Custom 10:10, if you're asking for that. Don't know yet. I will have to try. Oh, that's just what Benny implemented to the. Okay. All right. So moving on to the last lesson of today. I'll need to deactivate the controller again. How to dribble safely. So let's watch this. And after that, we could probably play one more game.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cruz Ave here, back with another video on the Guide Plus, and today we have the next part of our dribbling course, and this one is about safe dribbling. So how to not lose the ball, especially in your own half and in the midfield area, if you're having troubles with that against those aggressive opponents who always seem to come in with the tackle at the right moment, and it's very uncomfortable to play against them. Then this video is made for you, and we're going to take a look exactly at how you can avoid that happening. So let's get started. This first gameplay scene is there to showcase how not to dribble, because this is exactly what a lot of players do wrong and what is very risky when dribbling. So let's take a closer look. The opponent is on the wing. This is a very typical situation. He has the ball with his fullback here and is dribbling forward. And obviously you can see that I'm covering that, and I might approach him like this. And so if he continues dribbling, it will get dangerous for him to lose the ball. So what does he do? He just turns 90 degrees inside, because then he wants to continue play somewhere around here. But as you can see, I have a second player there, and so if he turns in 90 degrees, he is not shielding the ball, and I just switch the player and get a tackle in, and the opponent is lucky that I don't win the ball here to counterattack. So this is something which you definitely want to avoid. You don't want to turn in 90 degrees in a situation like this, because that will leave the ball open if the opponent either anticipates with a second player, or the same thing would be true if I continued using this player and I would approach the opponent, and then I would just in the last moment step to the side, because the opponent will have his side towards me and I can still tackle from there. So what to do instead? Well, you should just turn around like this, so that you shield the ball with your body and then pass it away. Like a 180-degree turn is definitely better. If you have the space, then turn downwards towards the sideline first and then turn around, because that will keep the ball shielded at all times. A ball roll is also great for that. We'll probably have some examples for that in this video. But yeah, that is something which you definitely want to avoid. So let's get started on how to dribble safely. This is a typical situation in your own half after you win the ball back. And the opponent is still chasing after you. It can be pretty uncomfortable because he is aggressing you from behind, and the same concept applies. So I pass the ball over here. I see that the opponent is aggressing me from this angle. This is the first thing you need to realize: which player has the opponent selected, from where is he coming, how is his movement pattern. So in this case, he's sprinting at me from this angle, so I don't want to receive the ball anywhere into this angle, or at least I don't want to dribble with it anywhere into this angle, because no matter where I go here, the opponent could definitely tackle me if he anticipates right or reacts correctly and moves in. So that obviously leaves only going somewhere in this direction backwards, and I just go and turn 180 degrees away from him, and you're going to see what happens. Because of that, he tackles into nowhere, and even if he would continue to sprint, I have my body in between the ball and the defender, and I'm in this sort of, neutral angle, you could say. And no matter where the opponent shifts his attention to, if he tries to aggress me from here, I can just move over and dribble like this and pass to this guy. If he, starts sprinting more this way and tries to win the ball like that, I can just move this way. And if he continues to sprint after me, I just sprint, and then at some point I will do a ball roll or something like that. And so I just wait a second, the opponent tackles, and now I can react to that, just take the ball down here. And now, funnily, I do the same mistake I left it in to show you guys. Was talking about this in the first video of this course, ball contacts. I sprint for too long with this touch, and you see what happens. I lose the ball. So this is definitely something which you always need to pay attention to. And here I was too eager to get the ball forward quickly, and this touch here completely sold me out. So yeah, always need to keep that in mind.
By the way, I have a good example for that. We're going to see, I think he's going to show the ball rolls as well. But if you actually press the sprint button too much, ball roll could be a really useful tool to get rid of this problem. So let's see. I'm going to show you that. Where's my fix? Let's say you go for a sprint here. You touch the ball like this, and then the opponent will go like this. So if you still try to dribble without doing anything, you will most definitely lose the ball. So what you need to do here, if you just realize that you've done something wrong here, you let go of your sprint button, you let go of your left analog stick, and then you either roll the ball towards the left or right by pointing out either one of these directions with your right analog stick. Like you hold on to the right analog stick, either towards the downside or the upper side. And then that is the only way that you could save yourself from this position. So that's a little note to add. Like if you sprint too much, if you thought, okay, just because I sprinted too much, I'm going to lose the ball, just try to roll the ball away. That is the only way that you can get yourself out of this position. Sorry, George, for the interruption.
Completely. So that in mind, a very basic concept. So here we have another gameplay scene where I at all times keep the ball safe and the opponent is not able to win it from me. So let's take a look at these few spots. Here we have the first one on the wing, and I don't really see the option here to cut inside or to play a pass because here's two players, a ball roll into the center, not the ideal angle. So this would be also a typical spot to do a ball roll away from the player to start this kind of turn in a circle here to turn around. This time I just do a dribbling move, and you can see I push the ball away from the player, and by doing that I shield the ball from the defender. Now I dribble, and you will see that at all times I dribble in these, you know, sort of lines like this. And then if the opponent commits to an angle, I can come around like this. For example, if the opponent commits to this side. Like in this case, I could, but I don't do it because I don't see the advantage to dribble down here. There's another defender, so I just pass it back to this guy. And already the way I received the ball here, once again, away from the defender, just keeping it safe like this. And then I dribble out here. And another case here, I'm already under pressure while receiving the ball. So opponent is coming from here, sprinting at me. I know where he's coming from. I know where my pocket of space is. It's over here. So I take the ball there. And then you can see I go upwards and just fake him out a little bit, you know, and then I go downwards again to dribble or to pass the ball rather to my other CM. So this is also something which you can do. Receive the ball neutrally, dribble to one side, so that I'm sort of faking to turn around like this. But I see that De Bruyne is open here, so I then do another cut and go over here, and by that I get rid of the opponent. So this is also something which comes from experience, knowing sort of how the opponent will react. Unfortunately, this was offside then, wasn't a great pass anyways, so kind of choked the rest of the situation. But anyways, here, once again, recognizing where's the opponent coming from and where is my open pocket of space. Sometimes you need to react very quickly. As you can see here, I win the ball and then I want to, you know, play a pass maybe up here, but I realized that this is a very risky pass to play, and suddenly the opponent starts to be very aggressive towards me, and I just need to react quickly because I'm sort of dribbling into him. This is something which you want to avoid, because it is dangerous if you need to turn around 180 degrees. But anyways, I react quickly. As you can see, I do it immediately, take the ball away from the defender and then dribble away from him, and I'm able to save it. So this is something important to react quickly as well. And here we have that sort of scene, but in the opponent's box, and it's the same concept, and it allows me to score here a very easy goal with just some left stick dribbling. So let's take a look. Same concept as in all the other scenes basically. So I pass around the ball a little bit, and then I see an opening to pass to Ronaldo, and then over here to Neymar, and I receive the ball towards the near post area like this. The defender is on my inside, would probably block the shot. And now if I would turn in this way, it would be a very easy tackle for the opponent. So I just go the other way. I do a very small circle like this, and that makes it so the ball is shielded at all times and the opponent can't really win it from me. And after turning like this, if the opponent, you know, defended better and would be positioned here, for example, I could still turn around again like this or turn like this quickly to shoot. So I at all times have control and the ability to make a decision pretty much because I shielded the ball. So let's take a look at it once again. Very small turn, turning away first, and then just going for the finish.
I'm just going to interrupt again. The main idea is not to commit to the first thing you see. So there are plenty of options, but you think, okay, the opponent is going for a move, but you still commit to it. There is no point for that. If you have other opportunities, dribbling the ball away from the danger, by danger I mean from the defender who's pressing at you, just move the ball away from him. That way, that doesn't depend on where you're at on the pitch. Just get the ball away from him if you're facing a pressure. That is the only thing. You don't need to go against it. You don't need to go towards it. And by getting the ball away from him, you can just dribble safe. You avoid a tackle. You avoid an interception. And you find much more space. That is the concept of this lesson.
And I'm able to score. So this is something which...
Do you help a 53-old man from Holland? If it's FIFA related, yeah, definitely. Shoot me.
Can allow you to score goals in the opponent's half as well. And here, finally, just something which you need to be aware of when doing this. Better opponents won't commit right away, and you need to be careful against those that you are not dribbling into them at the end. So at first here in this scene, everything I'm doing is okay. I see where the opponent is coming from. He has this player selected, goes towards me, so I turn away, go into this open pocket of space over here. But as you can see, the opponent is a good player and he's not right away tackling down here or down here. So I don't have the decision easily made for me, and here I misjudge. I should have seen that the opponent, was hovering over here. Somehow I thought he would anticipate that I turn like this, so I turned up there, and it is a easy tackle, because what happens? I turn my side to the opponent. As you can see here, I'm dribbling upwards on the screen and the opponent is to my right, so he can tackle into the ball. It's open for him. So this was a mistake from me. And what I should have done, either read the situation better and just turned out here, because now the pocket of space is over here. Or I could have just continued dribbling in the direction of my own half and then played a pass, and I would have been fine as well, because then I wouldn't have turned my side to the opponent and allowed this tackle. So this is something which you also need to be aware of. So to sum it up, you want to analyze quickly which player has the opponent selected, where is the opponent coming from, and where is my pocket of space. And then you want to turn in a way that allows you to shield the ball at all times and doesn't give the opponent an angle to win it back. And then after the defender decided for one direction, maybe he went for a tackle, then you can turn out to one direction and continue from there. So this is pretty much how you keep the ball safe at all times. Obviously requires some practice and maybe analyzing your own games, seeing where you went wrong. But besides that, it is a pretty straightforward concept, works really well, and if you master it, then you shouldn't have any trouble with losing ball possession when dribbling. And then in the next video, we're going to take a look at how you can get away from defenders. So how you can completely out-dribble them, take them out of the game and score, a little bit like in this situation, but with some more direct approach towards the defender and not with this always turning around safely. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one of the dribbling course.
Thank you, George, for the input. So let's sum it up. We've completed the third lesson, and let's sum it up for today. But before doing that, I'm going to take a look at your questions. When dribbling in the area, are you only holding L1 and L1 long stick, or you pressing sprint as well? No, I'm not using the sprint button in tight areas. You should never sprint in the tight areas, because you push the ball away and then you lose the control of the ball. You should never sprint when you're playing in the box or tighter areas. Is there a particular pattern you do when using the analog stick when dribbling? That depends on the opponent. You should never play a a pattern, so to say. Like, instead of playing a pattern, just try to understand the defending pattern of, like, you should have 2 or 3 different patterns while dribbling. But the most important thing is how your opponent reacts to that. Like, you can try out one thing, one certain pattern, and then you analyze what the opponent is doing. So according to that, depending on that, you could use another pattern or another tactic or another method. So the important thing is that you analyze the weak spot of the opponent and then play accordingly. Like, instead of focusing on using one pattern, you just adapt yourself to your opponent. That is the important part. Direct passing or forward runs. I would prefer direct passing in most of the situations. So to sum it up, for today, we had 3 lessons, which includes ball contacts, the first lesson, and then we have seen different dribbling techniques, the L1 dribbling, the R1 dribbling, which is the agile dribbling, and the L2 R2 dribbling, which is the precision dribbling. And we had the topic of how to dribble safely. So we also played 4 games, and we tried to execute and analyze how they work in real matches. I played 4 FUT Champions matches, and really importantly, they worked out really well. So I'm quite happy with how it went, and hopefully the last 2 lessons for tomorrow will be also useful, like these 3. And we're going to have a much more harder course tomorrow, like how to get away from defenders and how to dribble unpredictably. Oh, and we are going to have the final quiz, which we're going to do with you guys. So you could also find this course, like if you like, we are going to go live tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European time, like today, and we're going to do these 3. If you will not be able to join us, you can still view this course on our platform, the Guide Plus. Let me just put it out. ! Dribbling. Here, you can. It's gonna pop up very soon in 5 seconds or so. You can click the link. You can go directly towards into the app, into the course, or you can download our app on your mobile phone. Either on iOS or Android. You can go to the store and type the Guide Plus, or you can use the links down in the description to find them, to download them on your mobile, or you could just go for theguide.gg for our web version. So make sure you check it out. We have plenty of free stuff there, weekly stuff there, and we try to provide you guys with the current meta things, or the things that you're going to use in game a lot, like formation guides, some techniques, some corner techniques, or just like the courses like on specific topics like dribbling mastery, which we have here, or goalkeeper management, counter-attacking mastery, which is currently under progress, build-up mastery, attacking principles. We have a lot of things in different areas, so make sure you check it out by going to here !web if you're on the laptop or PC. So I hope you guys enjoyed it for today, and if you have anything to ask, you might ask it now. Otherwise, I will be going offline as well until tomorrow 9 p.m. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna wait for 30 seconds for you to reply if you have any questions. Otherwise, I wish you all a pleasant night with your family. All right, let's see if we have any questions. Last game was really hard, so to say. Like, I thought I was gonna lose, but yeah, the last position helped really good, very helpful. All right, then like I said, I wish you guys a good night, and I will see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European time. Thanks for coming. It was a pleasure for me, and see ya. Good night.